What's up, everybody? Joe B here with yet another Q&A session for SameDaySupplements.com. This question brought to you by RDBR, one of our YouTube contributors. Thank you so much for the question. This one is, in your opinion, is carb cycling effective for muscle growth, or could it lead to being in a catabolic state? So, as in another video, I talked about on-day and off-day macros, and sometimes I adjust them just by my eating habits, but I don't really plan it out too much. And what I mean by adjust them is that I'll take higher protein in on my off days and a higher carb in on my on days because of the increased energy that carbs give you. But that's usually, I kind of strayed away from that over the years because it really comes down to being consistent. And what I mean by that is meeting your macros day in, day out, hitting the gym, not skipping workouts, hitting each meal, not skipping meals, and trying to cram everything into one meal at the end of the day. I would just leave it. I wouldn't even mess around of saying, oh, let me do 300 this day, 200 this day, 100 this day, because that's what carb cycling is. It's a period of high carb days, medium carb days, and low carb days based around what are you doing for that day. Like, for instance, people will have a low carb day on an off day, or a low carb day after a high carb day. To me, it's making the situation more complex than it needs to be. So you'll still get the same results if you're consistent at monitoring what those calories are doing to your body week in, week out, and then adjusting them for the whole week. So I would like to say for now on record that I would recommend staying consistent with your caloric intake, and then of course your macros, which is your protein, fat, and carbs, and then only tweaking them when progress stalls. So if you're trying to gain muscle and you're not gaining, let's say, a little bit of muscle each time, depending on your experience. If you're a beginner, you should be gaining a lot. If you're advanced, you're not going to be gaining that much muscle week in, week out. Then you want to increase the calories a little bit. And with that increase of calories, usually goes to carbohydrates or fat. And then if you're in a deficit, you're trying to lose weight, and all of a sudden your weight loss fails, or stalls, I should say, then you're going to take away a little bit from your carbs and fat. But keep that consistent throughout the 7-day cycle, just so you know exactly what you're doing. You're not guessing with the carb cycling, which again, it's not going to add any difference to your physique unless you are binge eating one day and you're trying to make up for it the next day. I guess that's a form of, not a very good form of carb cycling, but it still is carb cycling way. So again, be consistent, day in, day out, hit your macros, hit your workouts, and let the progress come to you. So I hope I answered your question. If not, comment below, and I'll go a little deeper into the topic if I missed something here, or if you have any follow-up questions. For everyone else watching this video, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and post your own questions below, or email me, joeb@SameDaySupplements.com, and I'll get to those as well. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, stay aesthetic.